Megan Fox here at PJ Media is explaining.
What's tip 4?
Well, don't trust women. I think you just touched on that with your Dancing with the Stars.
You can still love me.
I do. I love you all the time. But our First Amendment rights are huge. They are very important to me. They should be important to everyone. Don't be a public official if you don't want to be filmed, ma'am.
Megan Fox.
Yes.
All right. Hello. It's Monday. It's Monday afternoon. It's kind of lunchtime, isn't it? You guys are still here. Can you hear me okay? I'm kind of messing with my microphone because it's very hot. It's very hot and I don't want it to drown you out. Okay. There's always one. I still like objection hearsay better. That's funny. All right, check it out. I have to give you some updates about what's going on with my channel and where this is going to go from here. Because everybody's like, what now? What after the trial? Okay, so here's what I've discovered. YouTube is great and also terrible at the same time. So it's a great platform. It allows me to get my thoughts out there. It has, the channel has grown a ton and having you guys around has been amazing. But what's going on with YouTube is really weird. And it's been happening to me for a while. Every time I record a video and I upload it to YouTube now, it's demonetized right from the beginning. And for instance, the one that I did about Elaine, which was about her her going around on her lying tour, that I call it. That one has like 40,000 views on it, and YouTube still hasn't allowed me to monetize it for some reason. And there's nothing in it that is against YouTube's rules, so I don't know why, and it's not like people tell you. So what I was thinking about was this. If I do more of these as live streams, because I was intending to make this video as a recorded video and then just upload it to YouTube. But if I do it as a live stream, I can literally get around YouTube's demonetization because this is open to super chats. So if you guys like this stream, if you like the show, if you like my content, it would be great if you guys could send a super chat or two. Even as low as $1 will help. And that way YouTube can't really demonetize me because they can't take away my super chats. I'm not sure why they're doing what they're doing, but it sucks because I'm not even getting... I do use Rumble. Those of you who are asking, I'm on Rumble. Rumble, though, again, there's no one there. The audience is on YouTube. So the way to get around it, I think, is to do more live streams and to do so that it's open to super stickers and super chats. If you don't know how to use those, I can show you quickly. If you're on YouTube, you can go down to the comments, and instead of just making a comment, you click on the little $, and then you can give $1, $5. You can do whatever you want. If you cannot do that, definitely visit the merch store because we all know what's in there. There's so much great stuff in the merch store. We have Objection Hearsay t-shirts, pints, mega pints, mugs, the travel size mega pints, girls t-shirts, guys t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts. The Objection Hearsay stuff is fun. There's also mega pint merch. Happy Hour, Any Hour, Mega Pint Me, comes in all different kinds of things. Comes in a Mega Pint, stickers, t-shirts, and Make Americans Friends Again. There's a whole line of those as well that I love. Because that's what this is about, isn't it? It's about making friends, making Americans friends again, finding things to be united over. Fia, thank you so much for the super sticker. You've already allowed this video to make more money with one super sticker than you would in like 10. It would have to get 10,000 hits to hit that amount. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. You guys are the best, and I have so much to talk to you about today. All right, hold on. There's so much to cover. Yeah, Matt says there's too much to cover when it comes to media lies. There's always some lying POS writing hit pieces. And that's what we're going to talk about today, Matt. That's what we're going to talk about today. I'm deciding where to start with this one, but let's start with the article that I wrote. Let's start with the article. Oh, I forgot to drop the store link for you. Hold on. I'll do that. You guys are asking. Here it comes. Store link in the chat. Check it out. There's all kinds of stuff in there. Okay. Nana says she's waiting patiently for her shirt. You're not going to be disappointed. They're nice and soft. After you wash them one time, they're super soft. You're going to like them. Okay. Let's go over to PJ Media. I'm going to share the screen so you can see it. I have written something over the weekend because there was breaking news. Breaking news over the weekend. Fake news corrections prove that big media reporters did not watch the Johnny Depp trial. This is so insane, you guys. Wait till you see this. This is so funny. Hold on, let me make me smaller. Okay. All right. Proving that corporate media is lazy and stupid, a Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter. Pulitzer Prize-winning, folks. Pulitzer Prize-winning. At the Los Angeles Times, Richard Winton reported a Jason Momoa joke meme as real news. You cannot make this stuff up. At one point, actor Jason, this is what he wrote in the LA Times. At one point, actor Jason Momoa, star of Aquaman, testified via live video in support of his co-star Heard, he wrote. Without prompting, he said, "Hi, Camille," to Depp's high-profile litigator Camille Vasquez, a rising star in Orange County legal circles who quickly became the star of the trial as much as Depp and Heard. Do you guys know what he's talking about? A freaking meme. That's right. Oh, and by the way, in an earlier broadcast, I said I thought Johnny's team was from Virginia. They are not. They are from Los Angeles, making that correction. The problem is that Momoa did not testify at the trial. Winton would have known this if he had actually watched the proceeding, which a reporter reporting on it should do. Instead, Winton got his news from the trial from TikTok and social media, where this meme was making the rounds. Obviously, this is not real. It's a dub video. This is the definition of fake news. Let's play it, shall we?
I didn't know we were starting yet.
Before we watch this, imagine believing this is real. Imagine being a Pulitzer Prize winning reporter and thinking this is real.
Got it. Perfect spot.
Okay, could you please state your full name?
Yeah. Jason Momoa.
Mr. Momoa, do you know Amber Heard?
I do. Hi, Amber.
Don't talk to her. So how do you know Amber?
We work together on Aquaman.
So you work together as actors, right?
No, as janitors.
Mr. Momoa, you have to take this serious. He's not a janitor. He's actually Aquaman. Would you say you felt safe around Amber on the set?
Sure, I guess.
So there was not even one incident.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Why? What happened?
Well, Amber and I were in the pool recording a scene. It was just the two of us. And she pointed at the water and said, "Look at that beautiful brown fish."
So what seems to be the issue? I'm not following.
Any wildlife in the water would be computerized, so that was brown fish.
I don't understand. Then what was it?
Well, it was, shall I say, Amber's turn.
Mr. Momoa, how do you even know what that was?
How could they think this
Did
is
you
real? Laughing
even
in
take
the
a picture of Amber's Heard?
with a laugh track.
So do you have any evidence?
Replica. Yeah, here it is. No. Does that look like a fish? Nope. Man, how did that even come out of her body?
Oh my god. I mean,
He does funny dubs. Yeah, this is all fake.
I mean, it literally says this is all fake.
It says dub in title, description says fake. So, yeah. Let me know if you want to see more of this. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it literally says this is all fake. And the Times had to issue an embarrassing correction, which is still visible on the article. And it says an earlier version of this article included a paragraph about Jason Momoa testifying by video at the trial. The Aquaman actor did not testify. This proves that the best reporting coming out of this trial was done by YouTubers and independent media, because we actually watched every minute of the trial and reported the facts as they happened. You can go back and watch my live coverage of it on YouTube, or any number of great channels covered the trial accurately. Now, I mean, this is so embarrassing. And I tried to get a statement from the author of that piece. His name is Richard Winton. And I tried to get him to comment about this. I reached out to him to ask him, how much of the trial did you watch before you wrote this article? Like, I really want to know. When reporters make themselves the story, it's a real problem. And I can't believe that the Los Angeles Times allowed this. Who edited his article? Who checked this? All right, something else you guys can do for me that would help a lot to support the channel is I'm going to drop the link to my PJ Media article that I'm reading to you from right now. And if you would click on that and share it on your social media right now, clickety click, that helps me a great deal. I know. Maggie says, anyone who watched the trial knows it's fake. Of course. But the mainstream press didn't watch the trial, Maggie. They just want to tell you what to think about it, even though they didn't watch it. That should make you mad. I mean, it sure makes me mad. I mean, wow. Chase says, I don't even think they watched this video. They just saw the photo of the video of him testifying and assumed he testified. No, he actually quoted the video. He quoted the video saying that he said hi unprompted to Camille. So no, he quoted a joke video as news. I mean, you cannot get worse than this when it comes to mainstream nonsense. Okay, moving on. So if you want accuracy, don't look to the dinosaur press. Lawyers who attended the trial in the gallery to report on jury reactions, like the DUI guy and Ian Runkle, reported that they hardly ever saw any mainstream news media in the courtroom. Yet big media wanted to be the ones guiding the narrative of the trial. Left up to them, they would have us believe that Heard is the victim and Depp is the abuser. Anyone who actually watched the trial came to the opposite conclusion. PJ Media reached out to Winton and asked him how much of the trial he actually watched before reporting on it, but at the time of publishing, he did not respond. Winton isn't the only mainstream blue-check journal just making stuff up about this trial. Do you guys know who Taylor Lorenz is? She is the most infamous reporter at the Washington Post who doxed libs of TikTok for no reason and called it journalism. Do you guys know who libs of TikTok is? So, libs of TikTok is literally just a Twitter account that spends her time, digging through TikToks of teachers, crazy teachers who are like grooming kids with this LGBTQ rainbow stuff and other things. She just reports, the nonsense pronouns like bunny self and fish self and cake self. These people who are making videos on TikTok making fools of themselves. Yeah, she did. She got a real great billboard in New York. Taylor Lorenz. So she goes and she takes this account that wants to be anonymous, that's just sharing publicly available videos. Literally, that's all she was doing, sharing publicly available videos. And they doxed her. They hounded her family. Taylor Lorenz showed up at her family's house, knocking on doors, just intimidating, released her name, her place of business for no reason. It was just an anonymous Twitter account. I mean, I can't believe that people do this it's like when CNN doxed that meme maker. Do you remember that? There was a meme maker who made a meme with Trump attacking that WWE scene where he's like, I think he tackles somebody. Well, they put a CNN logo on the guy's head. It was just a meme. And they went after that guy and they doxed him in front of the world. The wrestling meme guy. Remember that? That was terrible. Intimidating private citizens through the power of the mainstream media. We don't do that. We never punch down. You punch up. There's no point in punching down. So anyway, because of Taylor Lorenz, libs of TikTok gained like 2 million followers or something, or maybe 1.5 million. She's really up there now. All right. So it didn't work. So let's get into what Taylor Lorenz did this time. The infamous Washington Post reporter who doxed libs of TikTok for no reason and called it journalism also reported false facts in her recent article trying to make YouTubers reporting on the trial look bad. Lorenz claimed that she had reached out to the YouTubers in question, but they both made statements that she had not. One of those YouTubers was LegoBytes. And LegoBytes, here's what it said in the article about her. It said this. The content creator Elite Mazika earned $5,000 in 1 week by pivoting the content on her YouTube channel to nonstop trial coverage and analysis, according to Business Insider. That umbrella guy, or as Elaine likes to call him, the umbrella man, that's one of Johnny's biggest Twitters. You know him? That umbrella guy, an anonymous YouTuber whose entire channel is dedicated to pro-Depp content, that's not true, earned up to $80,000 last month, according to an estimate by social analytics firm Social Blade. Mazika and that umbrella guy did not respond to requests for comment. Oryx said he earned over $5,400 last month in Instagram Reels bonus payment. And again, who cares if YouTubers are making money on creating content? Isn't that what YouTube is for? And I guess it's okay with Taylor that the Washington Post reporters make money on breaking news. It's just not okay for YouTubers. Let me head over to your. Is the umbrella man in the room with us right now? Show me on the dolly, Elaine. Where did the umbrella man hurt you? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so good. Hold on. You're watching at 1.5 speed to get caught up. That's got to make me sound like a squeaky mouse. Let's see who else. Oh, so frustrating. Is the umbrella man in the room with us now? Dun, 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 dun. That umbrella god. Get it straight, Taylor. They really hate him. Boy. Tug is over the target. So anyway, Legal Bites responded to that part of the article by saying, this says I didn't respond to requests to comment. I know I've gotten a lot of emails over the past 2 months, but I've just double checked for your name, Taylor Lorenz, and I see no email from you. Also, I didn't suddenly pivot. I started covering this before the trial began. Lorenz also reported a false quote, allegedly from attorney Adam Waldman, forcing the Post to issue this correction. A previous version of this story inaccurately attributed to Adam Waldman a quote describing how he contacted some internet influencers. Yeah, Lorenz put in quotes that he slid into their DMs. She literally said, Adam said he slid into their DMs. That quote has been removed, the Post wrote. The story has also been amended to note the Post's attempts to reach Elite Mazika and that umbrella guy for comment. Previous versions omitted or inaccurately described these attempts. Tug made a video response to the Washington Post article here. And if you go on my article, you can watch the whole thing. I'm not going to play it for you because it's too long, but and you should go give him the clicks anyway. Lorenz's subheading on the original article read, "Influencers discover there's money and clout to be made in covering breaking news. Like that's a bad thing. I guess it's okay when the Washington Post reporters do it, but not for us independent press. When we do it, it's for money and clout. Okay, Taylor." And for the record, PJ Media reached out to Lorenz to ask for a comment, but she didn't respond. She wrote, "The trial offered a potential glimpse into the future of media, where content creators serve as the personalities breaking news to an increasing number of viewers and, in turn, define the online narrative around major events." She's just pissed that she can't define the narrative anymore. Do you see this? They just don't want to be, they want to be the ones defining the narrative. It's the end of the world to them that you guys prefer to get your narrative from YouTube and actually from all of us. Like, this interactive thing that we have going here is so much better than anything in the press because we can bounce off of one another. We can figure out what each other thinks, right? I care about what you think. Do you think Taylor Lorenz cares about what you think? No. So, Cat, mainstream media, cry harder. It's so funny. Yes. It's over for mainstream media. Johnny Stoffel says, "I checked. Megan at 1.5 speed is about 0.66 Ben Shapiro." That is so good. That is literally so good. I don't know what to say other than that is so good. Oh, I'm glad you asked this, T-Rope. Megan, when are you going on Ricada to tell your story about Handsy Guy? Yeah, David Grab-Ass Shane, you mean? Well, that will be Tuesday night's late stream. That would be tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I will be going on Ricada Law to talk about, well, barring any emergencies or sleep sessions that Nick Ricada must have, I don't know. But we have planned to read his letter together on the night stream tomorrow. Tomorrow night, midnight. Be there. Matt Field says, "I think Taylor Lorenz needs to pack up her cats and retire." Yes, it will be a fun stream. Please be there. Yes, I'm going back on Ricada. Wake the nose up if you must. Yeah, this is it, SoCat. So the interaction that we do here, you cannot do this with mainstream fake news. For one, they don't trust their audience enough. They don't trust you to be entertaining and fun and funny. I think they're actually scared of that. I think they're scared. I love the audience. You guys make me laugh and you make the show better because you're just so hilarious. Matt says, "Oh boy, I've been looking forward to hearing that letter." Let me see. I have it here on my desk somewhere. Wait, where is it? The legal threat letter that I got from David Grab-Ass Shane. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Look, let me show you all the highlighting that I did. I highlight everything that's wrong with this letter. Look. like a teacher. This will be fun. This will be so fun. Yeah, I never miss rackets either, but I usually have to catch up in the morning because I fall asleep. And sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and he's still going in my ears. And I'm like, where am I? It's so funny. I know he doesn't sleep. I don't know when he sleeps. He's always online. Um, it's so funny. Yeah, he better be rested up for tomorrow night. You guys go and encourage him to make sure he gets that he keeps our engagement. Not that he wouldn't. He will. Yeah. JS says, I love the seriousness and fun on your channel, and you can have both. And that's what the mainstream press doesn't seem to understand. They think that us having fun means that we're not accurate or we're not serious news. And the truth is, I've been a journalist now for almost 20 years. I do a lot of serious news. In fact, I had to take a break from the serious news I was working on because it was affecting me spiritually, emotionally, psychologically. You can only spend so much time inside a nightmare before you break. And so I'm taking a break from some of the seriousness, and we're doing a lot of light and fun here now for a while because I needed to heal from the trauma that I went through with my last investigation into family court. If you guys want to check out my family court investigation, I strongly encourage you to do so. I will drop the link to it. It's a 27-part investigative series that I did. It took me almost an entire year. And I know Ty Beard was talking about it the other night when I was on the panel with Ricada. He said that this investigative series actually helped one of his friends who had a case in family court with a corrupt guardian ad litem, and they were able to remove the guardian ad litem because of this investigative series. And I can't wait to hear about that from him. Maybe I'll have Ty on the show and we can talk about that. I need to talk to him soon. We'll do that. All right. So clickety click on the link that I put in there. That's my Missouri investigation. And you guys can share that on your social media and save it for later because it is unbelievable. If you're looking for something to read that will really open your eyes into what's going on in family court corruption, that is the thing. It's got 27 now. Wait, let me see. Yeah, 27 different pieces into the investigation, including then other things from other states. It's very interesting. All right. Yeah. So Ricada was on vacation. He was at the Great Wolf Lodge. And this is so funny. So you guys, Ricada's chat was like, watching you and Ricada together is like watching Ricada put on a wig and talk to himself. And it's true because we're very similar. Well, I laughed hysterically when I heard they were going to the Great Wolf Lodge because that's literally where we take our kids. Probably a different one because he's in like Minnesota or wherever he is. And we would go to the one we used to go to the one in the Dells. It's a really fun place for kids. Super, super fun. And because they have the indoor water park, some of them have the outdoor water park too, but the Great Wolf is terrific. So he will have been well rested, hopefully, and ready to go. I'm just looking at your comments. Fake news generates more money than truthful news. It's probably true. I mean, clickbait. When people, when the media spends time on clickbait headlines, they do it for a reason. All right, let's see. What else are you guys talking about? All right, let's go back to the article. Let me make it bigger. All right, we're looking at what Taylor Lorenz wrote about the YouTubers. So she's pissed off that she can't define the online narrative around major events anymore. Those creators can also bring in major personal profit in the process. Oh no, major personal profits? Whatever shall we do, Taylor? With money that we made from all of our hard work. Can I just say something about this, about making money? Can I just say something? Those of us who covered the Johnny Depp trial, we got out of bed at 6 a.m. I'll tell you what I did. Here was what my schedule was like. I wonder if any one of these I wonder if Taylor Lorenz has ever worked this hard in her life. Up at 6 a.m., making lunches for my kids, getting them off onto the bus, taking care of the dog, feeding the chickens, going to my computer, setting up a live stream, sitting at the live stream for 10 hours a day for 6 weeks. So times 6 every day. And then sometimes doing streams at night to recap what happened that day. I mean, it was extremely taxing to bring that to people, but we did that. And I think everyone who did that was not only because there was monetary gain to be made. Clearly, it was a popular thing. People were clicking on it. And of course, and we don't do this for nothing. No one is doing what we're not putting in that kind of time to not be paid. Is she suggesting we should not be paid? This is a good time to remind you. Super chats and super stickers are very welcome here. I believe in getting paid for what I do. And yeah, anyone making illegitimate gains, objection hearsay. I mean, what is she suggesting? Is she suggesting that YouTubers should not be able to make money on the same things that mainstream press makes money on? Because that's nonsense and it's wrong. And this is a free economy. And if you can create content that people like and they will pay for, well, then do it. And God bless. God bless. Johnny Stoffel says, thank you for the super chat. I have a screaming infant in one ear and Taylor Lorenz in the other. I'm getting confused. That's good. It's a crying shame. Thanks for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Yeah. Objection hearsay. Objection hearsay. Yeah. Still Raven says, well, she should definitely not be paid. She should be fired by now. I can't believe she keeps her job and they have to keep making embarrassing corrections because of the fake news she puts out there. So no one should pay Taylor. Got it. Yeah, I mean, what does she think? That we should work? Like, I bet that the YouTubers put in 20-hour days on this. 20-hour days, if not more than that, for 6 weeks. And she wants us to what? Give all the money to charity? Or should we fill up our gas tanks? Because gas is over $5 a gallon. Ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, my channel's not doing like what the LawTube is doing. They're making huge bucks, but I'm making decent change that's making it worthwhile for me. And I'm very appreciative to the audience that's here. And actually, I'm kind of glad. So I hit, I think, 14,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is amazing. But I think I'm kind of glad that I do not have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, because I feel like I would not be able to keep up with you guys, and we have such fun going back and forth with the chat, and I can still read it because it's not going by too fast. And so I feel like having a smaller channel is actually really great. Yeah, Allison. Yeah, she's getting paid for lazy hearsay journalism. That guy, that Pulitzer winner that we talked about earlier, that reported the Jason Momoa dub video as real news, he's getting paid. He's getting paid to make stupid mistakes like that. Yeah, I have been tweeting at her. By the way, everybody's been holding her to task. Even CNN. She shut down her Twitter yesterday, or maybe this morning. So all of her tweets are protected now, because Taylor can dish it, but she cannot take it. She can dox you. She can hunt you down. She can knock on your family's door. She can do all those things to you. But if you criticize her, she will cry on TV and she will tell you that she's being harassed. Let's watch Taylor cry on TV, shall we? Let's do that. Because Taylor Lorenz recently cried on TV before doxing libs of TikTok, a woman. She did this before she doxed another woman. Now wait till you hear this. This is fantastic. Hold on, let me stop this and share a new screen. Taylor Lorenz can dish it out, but she cannot take it, and it drives me crazier than anything. Here we go. Wait. Okay, where is it? Here it is.
Someone say this on TV. I'm going
impacted their work.
I don't know if I can say this on TV. I'm going to rape you.
Someone wrote the words, I'm going to rape you.
Yep.
Journalist Taylor Lorenz is a columnist for the Washington Post and was targeted nearly 1 year ago in a segment on Fox News.
She's at the very top of journalism's repulsive little food chain.
Host Tucker Carlson mocking her after she called for an end to online harassment. Now she's at the center of a new study by NYU researchers, among the first to actually quantify online.
All right, I need to stop this every couple of seconds, or they will probably, they could hit me with copyright, which I don't want them to do. I am commenting on this, and so there should be no copyright because this is fair use commentary, YouTube and Facebook. But again, so they do this MSNBC thing about women being targeted online. And then she's about to cry, you guys. This is going to be hilarious. Wait till you see Taylor Lorenz, how she behaves when she is the target. She does not like being on, yes, I'm sorry, Dobre. Yeah, tomorrow night, Ricada and I are going to do the David Grab-Ass Shane night stream. It's going to be great. So yeah, Taylor Lorenz, here we go. We're going to keep going here. I do have to stop it every few seconds, though. I'm sorry.
And hate against female journalists.
This is the moment that Carlson aired that segment.
Yes. We see this really dramatic rise.
Using large-scale data to measure online language, they tracked violent and threatening tweets directed at 2 female journalists.
Oh, come on. All right. They love blaming Tucker for this. So Tucker has a story about her writing a story that is incorrect. Tucker talks about it. Of course, 3 million people watch his show. And so, of course, they're going to notice it. And, of course, they're going to start looking her up. Is it me or does this person on the left look like Io Tillett Wright?
And digital reporter Kate Sawson say these types of attacks have changed their lives and their work.
There's reporting that I know that I would like to do or that other journalists would like to do.
Let's get to Taylor crying. It's funnier than this.
Alone.
This is after I did a report on an increase in the number of white supremacists like these.
Yep. Hey, nice job on that. These are Taylor Lorenz's loved ones.
They
of
have
everyone.
photos. Wow, these are all photos of your family members.
Yeah. they're all-
Children.
They'll threaten parents. I've had to remove every single social tie. I had severe PTSD from this.
Let's do something funny. She says she had severe PTSD. Let's speed her up a bit. Oh, wait, I went the wrong way. I'm such a boomer. Hold on. Playback speed. Let's do Taylor Lorenz at 1.5 speed.
I contemplated suicide. It got really bad. You feel like any little piece of information that gets out on you will be used by the worst people on the internet to destroy your life.
Oh, you mean like you doxing libs of TikTok literally a week later after this? Like you trying to destroy law bites? Or Legal Bites, sorry. Like Taylor Lorenz trying to destroy Legal Bites and take away her ability to make money on YouTube, and Tug going after Tug. Is it like that, Taylor?
And it's so isolating.
And terrifying.
It's horrifying. I'm so sorry. It's overwhelming. It's really hard.
She's like Amber. She cries with no tears. What are you wiping away, Taylor? What are you wiping away? Let's do it slow now. Let's play her at slow speed.
And terrifying.
It's horrifying.
All right, check her eyes. No tears.
I'm so sorry. It's overwhelming.
No tears.
It's really hard.
Is this absurd or is this absurd? I mean, come on, Taylor. She is not unbreaded. Yeah, Amber Heard just found a new friend. She's crying with no tears. I mean, again, what is it with these bitches who cry with no tears? I don't understand them. I've never cried with no tears in my life. It's probably because I've never faked it. Even when I was acting, I didn't have to fake it. I can cry even when I'm acting. She went to the Amber School of Acting. So when we talk about Taylor Lorenz, keep in mind that this is the person that we are talking about. Stacy says, Johnny was 15 minutes away from me today in Birmingham, UK. Well, lucky you. That's exciting. All right, let's see. The fake crying. I know. What is with the fake crying? Yeah, and she said she has PTSD from the mean comments on Twitter. You know what? I get a lot of mean tweets. I read them comically. It's fun. Whenever I get hate mail, if you want to send me hate mail or mean tweets or whatever, I will read them. I always find them funny. Let's get Dr. Muffins to talk to Taylor about PTSD. Carl says, I have severe PTSD from watching this interview. I'm feeling like unaliving myself. Van Strife says, I don't really watch Tucker, but it's awesome how these people can't stand him. I know it would be worth it to watch, to just watch Tucker just because they hate him so much, because it's funny that it makes these people angry. My reporting sucks, but why are you tweeting about me? Yeah. You know, if you didn't do terrible things in the Washington Post, Taylor, that made people like Tucker notice you, then he wouldn't, and you wouldn't be on his show. Sir Don Tripp says Tucker's monologues are the only thing worth watching. He does have good monologues. It's true. Geek Fate says, I hear that David Shane guy has nomadic hands. They wander all over the place. That's what I heard too. I heard that too. Yeah, that other person in the interview looks like Io. So funny. All right, let's go back to my article and continue reading about the fake news media and how they're trying to gaslight you into believing that only they can tell the story the right way. Don't listen to those YouTubers on the internets via the Googles and the Twitters. Don't listen to them. They're the ones telling you lies, not us, the mainstream press, who doesn't even know the difference between a meme dub video and a real trial. All right, I still haven't even got through this quote. Those creators can also bring in a major personal profit in the process. In this new landscape, every big news event becomes an opportunity to amass followers, money, and clout. So followers, money, and clout is something only mainstream news people can have, according to Taylor Lorenz. And the Depp Heard trial showed how the creator-driven news ecosystem can influence public opinion based on platform incentives. Yeah? So what? Don't you guys have more fun here than you do at CNN? Don't you have more fun with me than you do at CNN? Thank you for this super chat, MD. After watching Rittenhouse and Depp trials with my own eyes, I will never again believe the MSM reporting. We support your journalism. Keep up the good work, Megan. Thank you so much, MD. I know you do, and I know that you're like me. I watch the YouTubers too. That's where I'm going to get the real story as well. I watched Rittenhouse with Nick Rekieta. I watched it every day, and I was reporting based on what I saw in the trial. I reported it for PJ Media, and guess what? All of my readers were well informed and knew to expect an acquittal. And why is that? Because I would watch the trial, listen to the experts on the Rekieta show, and I had the whole picture. You know, we don't have a narrative to push. We're just like you. We're just like, what is the truth? That's the thing that bothers me the most. It was probably something that Johnny said. Johnny said in the beginning of this trial that he was obsessed with the truth. And that spoke to me because that's how I feel. I feel very gaslighted by the media. That I read articles, I see things happen, and then I read how the media portrays that thing that happened. Like, remember the riots of 2020? There were all these violent, scary riots going on in all the big cities. There were fires burning down buildings. People were getting killed. People were getting shot in the head. It was very scary. And the media was reporting it as the summer of love. No shit. They literally reported riots, the entire country on fire, as the summer of love. How do you trust those people after that? Matt Fields, you're no CNN Plus, but I still like you. I think we have more viewers than CNN Plus did on their opening day. Yeah, Van Strife says not only do we get the truth, we get to laugh while we're at it too, and I love it. Yeah, and you know, we're trying to do the best we can to drill down to the truth, whatever that is. And I'm open to whatever that is. You try to find it because it's very confusing times. We are in very confusing times. Daisy says, I have Megan withdrawals when you're not on. That's awfully sweet. I appreciate you. Daisy, you're the best. Yeah, their reactions to Gage Grosskreutz had me rolling on Ricada. I know. We should go back and watch those because that was so funny. And really, if you watch the mainstream press, you will not get the full story. You just won't get it. And it's just better to watch it from multiple sources. I always encourage people to go to multiple sources for your information. You know, watch a couple of different channels, watch a couple of different streams, read as much as you can, and then make up your mind for yourself. I'm not here to make up your mind for you, but I do like when we all agree on stuff. That always makes me happy, where I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not being gaslit. You guys see it too. Okay, let's see. Financial consultant says, TRO fact, there are 3 to 4 entrances to LA Hill Street Courthouse downtown, with the underground secret guarded entrance for celebrities. Yet, Amber went out the public doors where the TMZ photographers were. Well, of course she did. Of course she did, because she's a lying harpy who set that up. All right. Yeah. So Cat says CNN was on fire with a reporter in front of a camera. Yeah. Behind the reporter, he called them fiery but mostly peaceful. Like an entire building was on fire behind him. And he's like, well, the protests, they're fiery but mostly peaceful. What? In fact, one of my coworkers wrote a book, Julio Rosas, who covered those riots that year. Julio Rosas wrote a book called Fiery but Mostly Peaceful. You guys should check it out. Get it on Amazon. He's another truth teller. He goes to the source. He's a former Marine. He goes on location and he reports from the street. Follow Julio Rosas on Twitter. I think he's at Julio Rosas, Rosas. And he's great. He goes right to the source and he takes Sir Don Trip, 95% peaceful. Yeah, the damn building was on fire. It was so embarrassing for CNN to have a headline like that. Like, do they think that we are stupid? Because sometimes I think, how can they think we're this dumb? How? Pauline Smith says the British MSN is just as bad, especially the BBC, the Biased Broadcasting Corporation. I know, BBC should stick to making movies. They're very good at that. I love all their adaptations of Jane Austen, my favorite ever. I have to get out of the chat. I could just sit here and talk with you guys all day. Still Raven sends a super chat, says, remember when all you could do was yell at your TV during the news broadcast? Isn't this so much better? We can watch a news broadcast together and we can all yell together and talk about it. It's so great. I actually think I like this format even better than talk radio. I've always been a talk radio fan. I'm a broadcaster myself. I fill in here on one of the local stations sometimes when the host is out or sick or whatever. And I do a 4-hour live radio show for the Bob Lonsberry show sometimes. And that is fun with callers that call in, old-timey radio. But this is actually even better because I can get more audience participation through the chat than even call-ins. I think it's even better because I can see what you guys are saying right at the minute. That's different. You never know what you're going to get on call-in radio either. So I'm always nervous. Like, all right, who is this? And what am I going to say in response? It's a little easier to read your comments and then come up with something. But you never know what you're going to get when someone calls in. But this is a really fun new way to communicate with one another. And the mainstream press hates it, man. They hate it. They are so pissed. It's fun to watch them be this angry. All right. So what else did she say? All right. Then this is my writing after that. Why shouldn't independent creators profit off bringing news to people in a fun and creative way? They couldn't possibly be more inaccurate than Taylor Lorenz, who misquotes people, or Richard Winton, who reports memes as facts. In fact, the YouTube content creators Lorenz went after, both have been reporting accurately on the trial. That umbrella guy was even mentioned in the trial for breaking stories on this case years ago. During the trial, attorney Elaine Bredehoft hilariously referred to him as the Umbrella Man and Johnny Depp's biggest Twitters. And I know that because I was watching the entire trial like a good reporter should do. Legal Bites' Elite Mazika is a lawyer who has reported on the trial without having to apologize for reporting false things, unlike the Washington Post and the LA Times. Neither has Tug, for that matter. Both creators have reported accurately on the trial, unlike big media, and that's why they get the audiences they get, and people support them monetarily. People are sick of big media pushing their lies on them. They're done listening to them. It is also important to note that both of these YouTube creators have way more viewers than CNN Plus did during its short life. The reason is that the new media isn't lying to the public. The truth is weird enough on its own to get hits and views. Big media is desperate to shut down YouTube and other outlets that independent media uses because they're losing their grip on the narrative, and it's forcing them to actually do work. Big media reporters are used to going into a courtroom for 1 hour, finding an angle and reporting it, whether it's factually accurate or not. Now they have to go in there and sit there for 8 hours a day for 6 weeks to keep up with the YouTubers who are dedicating that kind of time in order to get the story right. Big media hates that. Rush Limbaugh accurately described them as drive-by media because they're in and out without caring what kind of damage they do to people or the truth when they report the most salacious angle without verifying the truth. You know that Don Henley song, Dirty Laundry? A more accurate piece of music has ever been written about the press. I mean, look at the lyrics. Kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down. She can tell you about murder with a glint in her eye. You know, these people are the worst people on earth. And I think people want something more authentic than that. I think they want just an average mom's opinion versus these talking head, bobble-headed people on the media who are paid by some big conglomerate to push some narrative that somebody making a lot more money than any of us decided that they want. And we're not doing that. We're just trying to drill down to what's true, what is accurate, what is real. The gaslighting is out of control. All right, I got off on a tangent. Where did I leave off? They can't do that anymore because we here in the independent media burn them every time. They hate us for it. Watch out for serious backlash against YouTube for allowing creators to monetize live trials like this. If they let us continue, they'll be out of business in a few years. Taylor Lorenz did not respond to PJ Media, but shortly after publishing this article, she unleashed a Twitter thread blaming her editor for the lies. And since then, I should have taken screen grabs of it because she deleted or she closed her account. So I don't have the whole thread. But she did. She blamed her editor. She said, last Thursday, an incorrect line was added to a story of mine before publishing due to a miscommunication with an editor. I did not write the line. I was not aware it was inserted. I asked for it to be removed right after the story went live. That's bullshit, Taylor, and here's how I know. I have an editor. My editor would never, ever, ever add a line in my article that said we reached out to someone who didn't respond unless she checked with me and asked, is that real? Is that true? Did you reach out? It's so much bullshit. It's so much bullshit. All right, I'm checking your comments. Hold on. Yeah, the bubble-headed bleach blondes. Thank you, Still Raven. Exactly. I'm going back to your comments because I missed a bunch of them. T. Roy says, big media is so last year. It's true. It's true. Pauline, let's see. Frey says, we need more UK news, YouTubers, etc. You know who I've been watching recently in the UK? He has done a series. He's called The Black Belt Barrister. He's done a series on the UK case, the Depp case, that is really good. And we're going to go over maybe at a different time. I don't think I have time for this today. I can't be on here forever because I need to write. And I have like 3 articles that I need to write. But Black Belt Barrister, check him out on YouTube. He's got a great series on the UK trial, and I am now so much more educated on it after watching his videos. And he's a barrister in England, and so is his wife. And the two of them have started they've started a change petition change.org, I think, petition, where they're asking for the UK case to be reopened based on the evidence that was found in the American case. And that would be so great. That would be so great. So they're targeting some of the Animum Bangery caps equals me yelling at Megan. Ha ha, the TV version of it. Yes. Feel free to yell at me. I will actually respond. Unlike the mainstream press, who will ignore you and just gaslight you. Dobre says they think we're this dumb because they can't imagine anyone smarter than they are. And they definitely think that we're stupid. If you're not a college educated person, they really look down on you, the mainstream media. And that's unfortunate. I certainly don't. This country runs on the working class, and those people deserve a whole lot more respect than the media gives them. And it's not fair. Yes, Black Belt Barrister. See if he will be a guest. He is showing the errors of the UK trial. He's great, you guys. Check out his YouTube for sure. Check out his YouTube because he's explaining it in a way with documentation. He's read the entire thing, and it's like, I don't know, it's a lot of pages. He's read the entire decision and he's breaking it down, and it's maddening. It's maddening what that judge did. That judge refused to allow her admission of hitting her husband, basically saying, and if I can explain this correctly, it'll make your head want to explode. The UK judge decided that I wasn't hitting you, I wasn't punching you, I was hitting you. I didn't punch you, I hit you. That one. He said that because it wasn't a statement taken under oath in a courtroom, it had less value than statements under oath in the courtroom. How crazy is that? A contemporaneous recording of something happening at the time was not good enough for Judge Nichols. He says you have to lie under oath, and then he believes you. Just put her under oath, and everything she says under oath is way more believable than being recorded when she didn't know she was being recorded. It's crazy. Ariane, this is a good point. She says, but if the multiple other sources you're checking are all repeating the same exact line, keep looking for other sources until you find a consistent message without the exact same lines. This is very interesting. So there have been compilations done out there of the media repeating the same exact phrase. One of them recently was, I'm trying to remember what the exact phrase was. It was something like dangerous to our democracy. And it kept getting repeated over and over and over and over and over again. And when they're doing that, that they're pushing a made up narrative. Low Watermark sends a $25 super chat and says, good work, good live stream. Thank you so much for the super chat. I sure appreciate it. Tarkina Mayer, did I read your super chat yet? I don't think I did. Thanks for the super chat, Tarkina. I find so much more value in YouTube content creators. I literally never watch regular TV anymore at all. Neither do I. No, I don't either. And it's so freeing. It's so wonderful, isn't it? It's so great not to have to watch even Fox News, you guys. I know you think because I'm a conservative that I would like Fox News. I really don't enjoy it at all. I don't enjoy that kind of reporting. I don't enjoy 24/7 salacious reporting. I don't enjoy pointing the camera at whatever's bleeding and keeping it there and traumatizing an audience. No, absolutely not. And I find I think that our 24-hour news stations are so responsible for some of the violence and the devastation, including school shootings, for instance. If it were up to me, when someone shot up a school, there would be a complete blackout on who that person is. His or her name would never be spoken, and total blackout. Because you're making it attractive to these people to gain notoriety and fame through committing heinous acts, and I can't take that anymore. I just can't. As a mother, I just want them bury them under the jail and move on. All right. But let's not talk about that because that will make me That will make me sad. And I don't want to be sad. I want to be happy. So while I'm catching up on your chats, you know what I'm going to do? You know what it's time for? Gadfly didn't show up. I don't know what he's doing today. It's okay. I gave him a very last minute invitation. I didn't think he'd be able to. However, since I'm trying to catch up on your chats, I think it's time for a little objection hearsay.
I used to be respected, people took me at my word. Then I became a lawyer representing Amber Heard. Objection hearsay. Oh my God, I don't have a case. Objection hearsay. Now I'm ashamed to show my face.
Well, I'm a famous movie star, yeah, life is always fine. I sit down at my penthouse drinking mega pints of wine.
Objection hearsay.
I don't know why we ever wed.
Objection hearsay.
Who the hell poops in someone's bed?
I object to everything. I may have an infection. Cause I say I object, the judge says
That was your own question.
objection hearsay. Court isn't supposed to be this hard. Objection hearsay. How did I ever pass the bar? Well, just one final question, sir, and this one has been prepped. What is your name?
My name is Johnny Depp.
Objection hearsay. How can you prove that that's your name? Objection hearsay. Looks like we win and you are lame. Objection hearsay. Objection hearsay.
All right, Richard, thanks for the super chat. He says, I think the MSM is more scared than you think. They can't lie anymore like 4 years ago and cover it up. Popcorn, FTN, GNG, and LawTube has their back. It's true. They cannot get away with it because we will be here to call it out. Thank you so much for the super chat and for supporting the show. I appreciate it. Okay. Hold on. I'm getting to your comments that I starred. Okay. Sirja says, the problem with only consuming online news is that the algorithm only shows you what you like and believe in. Your view will never get challenged. Okay. I kind of disagree about this, and here's why. For one, on Twitter, you can change so that it's not giving you the algorithm. You can click on there's like a thing you can click. And let me look at it. Hold on. I'll tell you. Elon Musk showed everyone how to do this the other day. Is it? Yeah. So if you go to, is it settings? Shoot, I think it's, oh yeah. Okay, so you go to the little top tweets star thing in the corner and you click on it and you can see latest tweets instead of algorithm, and you can change it back and forth so that you can just see what the latest tweets are instead of what's in your algorithm. But I actually like the algorithm because I don't want to look at stuff I'm not interested in. As far as the other opinions go, though, I feel my algorithm actually shows me stuff I don't agree with. In fact, I have a ton of I stand with Amber Heard algorithm like stuff in my timeline. And I think it does that on purpose. I think it does show you the opposite because mine is doing it anyway. But I feel like we are exposed to the other side through all of our media and entertainment. There's no escaping it. There's no escaping the other side because it's everywhere. The woke narrative runs everything you see. So if you are watching content that you're curating that you like on YouTube or whatever, and so it's giving you the algorithm of the things that you're interested in, it still will not keep you from seeing the woke narrative in every movie you watch, every TV show you watch, everything you learn at school, everything. The woke narrative has complete control of all of that stuff. So I wouldn't worry too much that like your algorithm is keeping you from seeing things. Sir Dontrip says, turn on the local news channels for 30 minutes. You'll hear the same 30 stories. It's true. The Mockingbird Press. They call them that because all they do is repeat the same talking points over and over again. Suzanne says, I prefer alternative news. So do I. And MSNBC, says Van Strife, just rees about white people 24/7. And I don't like any of them. Me too. I'm with you. Diamond says, hell yeah, dropped cable years ago, went to the airwaves, antenna. I rotate the streaming services to what I want to watch. It really has been wonderful to watch cable news just go under. Turkina says, I hate Fox News. They are just so ugh. That's how I would describe them. Ugh. Although I do enjoy Tucker's monologues. Van Stripe says, CNN lies and Fox are warmongers. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. I hate the warmongering myself. Anytime any politician starts banging the war drums, I go, no thanks. Not into it. I'm not into your foreign wars. I don't care who you are. Lioness says, I stopped watching MSM in 2014 and never looked back. That's the way to be happy, folks, is to give up on mainstream press and go with the alternative. Let's see. Tarkina, you're agreeing with me. Yeah, you still see the other side. She says, I was watching reviews on Matt Walsh's What is a Woman, and I got positive and negative review videos. Yeah, and I think the algorithm is meant to do that. And I think that's smart. I think that's great. We should be able to see. I'm all about giving more information, and it's okay if the algorithm is targeting you for things you're interested in. I think that's okay. I think when algorithms go badly is when they are suppressing things that you might want to see. And I know that happens on Facebook. It happens to me constantly. Oh, Johnny. He says, my poor wife is going through mandatory DEI training at work today. And DEI, is that diversity and inclusivity something? Right? Right. No, thanks. I'm okay. Okay. Thank you. Can I do some wash? You can do whatever you want. Okay. My mommy's visiting me, and she was just offering me half a sandwich. Isn't that sweet of her? What did you make? Is it tuna?
Salami.
Oh, salami. Not bad.
Mustard.
Diversity, inclusion, and equity. Sounds like a training I would rather saw my head off than listen to. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's terrible. Boy, that diversity, equity, and inclusion stuff is nuts. I'm actually, through my FOIA request that I got that you guys helped me pay for in Colorado, we got a ton of diversity, equity stuff out of that, which I'm going to be going through soon. All right, let's get back. Yeah, moms are the greatest. My mom is... Moms never change. She's like offering me food. It's so sweet. I should be making her lunch. She shouldn't be making me lunch, but it's great to have her here. She was helping me plant flowers this morning. My yard's a mess. I'm trying to get the flowers taken care of and everything ready for summer so we can have fun and not be digging around in the weeds for the entire time. Matt Fields, it's DIE training. Get ready for your workplace to immediately die right after. This diversity, equity, inclusion nonsense needs to die. It really does. Oh, and now that I'm talking about sandwiches and stuff, now my stomach is rumbling. Terrible. I'm going to have to go take her up on that sandwich soon. All right, we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this article, though, first. All right. Lorenz also admitted to contacting the two YouTubers after publishing to ask for a comment. She knows that's not how you do it. Umbrella Guy does not talk to press, so he issued a response on Twitter. He said, Fox News is asking me for a comment about Taylor Lorenz. I don't talk to the media, so I'll say it publicly. And that's a really smart move, by the way. The Tug does not talk to any media is a good idea. Now, I think he should talk to me because I wouldn't treat him the way they would. But I understand why some people don't want to talk to media. And I did reach out to him, but he didn't respond. But it's always a good thing to decide not to talk to the media. They will never be fair with you. They won't. Always give written statements or live interviews that cannot be edited. Those are the two ways to do it. Written statement, live interview. All right. So he said, Fox News is asking me for a comment. I don't talk to media, so I'll say it publicly. Taylor Lorenz wrote an obvious smear piece conflating Depp support with financial gain. She flagrantly ignored the fact that I've covered this case for a year. while mischaracterizing what Adam Waldman said during the Depp trial. She got the factual items about their relationship wrong as well. Crazier, she lied about contacting me in the Washington Post and tried covering this up after I called it out publicly. I noted this publicly at 8:31 p.m. on June 2nd. She wrote me over an hour after I posted this in a blatant attempt at backtracking. Additionally, she conflated protected earnings from the site Social Blade to fit her obvious hit piece, saying I made up to an estimated $80,000. Now, this is so interesting, you guys. Check this out. Social Blade notes a low of $4.7 thousand to $79.1 thousand. Not only did she omit the low end, she added to the highest. This from someone claiming to be better than YouTubers. If she wanted a real story, she'd ask domestic abuse survivors why they back Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp. What did I say? Donnie Depp? That was good. But hey, money, right? Yeah. Unbelievable. Oh, and he says, I gave this to the Fox writer in my DMs as my comment. I made it public because, one, I do not trust the press with good reason. No offense to this writer. Two, this should be very transparent because the public should know how the mainstream media works. No more hidden backroom BS. Don't you love Tug? I love Tug. Donnie Depp. Chat. Oh, man. Justice for Donnie Depp. Oh, man. You guys are so funny. You guys are so funny. Oh, mom hugs. Yeah, Tug is the best. Tug is great. Yeah, he is talking about the mainstream media, but I think that he is probably wary of all reporters, which I don't blame him for that. I get that a lot. People saying they don't want to talk to me, and it's because of those other journalists. I know it's not my fault. I know that I'm always accurate with people's quotes. I never misquote people. In fact, I always ask when I speak to someone for an interview, I record them and I ask them to record. And the reason I do that is so that I can get their direct quotes exactly right, because I have been misquoted in the press before, and it sucks. It sucks when someone misquotes you. And what they do, let me tell you what the press does, because I've been interviewed by press before. In fact, if you want to read about that, I have written, here's my mommy, by the way. That's my mom. She's on the cover of my book, and she did this hilarious photo shoot with me for the cover. She's pretending to be a mean librarian. This book is called Shut Up, the Bizarre War That One Public Library Waged Against the First Amendment. And in that book is a 3-year epic war that I had with the public library in Orland Park, Illinois, that was allowing men to watch pornography in front of small children. And during that debacle, I was interviewed by the press because I'm the one that broke this story. And yes, I do get my sense of humor from both my parents, but my mom is great. She's really funny, and she has a great sense of humor that she made herself look all ugly for that picture. My mom is a former beauty queen. Like, she's gorgeous, and she made herself look crazy. In fact, let me show you a picture of her when she was young. It's in the book. Look at her. My mom and dad, he looks like Buddy Holly in this picture. Wait, look at her. What a star. Is she fantastic? So it was good of her to make herself look like that former beauty queen. Dresses up like an angry librarian. But I found that during that, I learned how to deal with the press during that 3-year saga, because these press people, these press sharks, would come and interview you on camera, right? And I would hand them, I would have this proof in my hand of a incident report that I had found through FOIA from the library that showed not only was a woman accosted at the library in a sexual manner, but police weren't called and they moved the woman. And I would hand it to the news person and say, report this. Show this to people. And they would say, oh, we will. And I would give them copies. And 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 then I would watch the news report that night, and everything I said that was important, they ended up on the cutting room floor, and they never showed the document. They would show like they had taken a photo of it, like a video of it. They would show the video without any context. And yeah, my mom does look like a movie star. It's true. She was Miss Hawaii, she was Miss Waikiki in the 60s, and she was first runner up to Miss Hawaii twice in the in the pageants, the Miss America pageants. She was great. She is great, and she was absolutely stunning, 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 stunning. Get your sandwich, Megan. I'm looking at your comments because they're so funny. But yeah, never deal with the press on any level where you give them any trust. Always record them if they are interviewing you, and don't let them edit any interview they do with you. Do it only live. That's what I learned, because they cut up my interview so badly that they just made me sound like a crazy person who wanted to take the freedom out of the library, and they painted the library as the good people, even though the library was hiding sex crimes. I have the proof. I have the proof. Yeah, my mom is gorgeous. Yep. Lucky man, my dad. Oh, okay, let's see. Yeah, they lie all the time. That's what they do. The mainstream press lies all the time. All right, we're done with that article. Now I'm going to drop it in the chat for you. I really want you to click on it for me. Clickety click, clickety click. Go over and share to your social medias, so other people can learn about why the fake news is so fake. We need them to learn this. We need people to know this. The fake news is fake, and we caught them being incredibly fake, and everyone should know about it. All right, so let's stop that. And I have another one for you. Another one I want to show you. Oh, we're going to go over this one too, because this one is really upsetting to me. Let me check my notes. I wrote down something else to make sure I don't miss it. Oh, I know. You guys wanted to see, a bunch of you sent me this Judge Janine thing, and you want me to play it. Now, I'm going to play it, but I'm going to tell you this. I still put Judge Janine in the same category as the mainstream press. And there's something about her I just don't trust. And it's probably because she works for a big network. And the fact that she's being so vocal about this now after the verdict kills me, because, I was calling Amber Heard a liar a long time ago. I've been calling Amber Heard a liar since 2020 when those tapes came out. And there was nothing courageous in calling her a liar back then because it was so obvious. So for Judge Janine to just now start calling her a liar, it's like catch up. We with the YouTube community has been all over this since 2020. So I guess that's my opinion on that, is that I know you guys love this, but it annoys me, because I think, well, where have you been? Why did it take you this long to catch on to the scam? Come on. Oh, wait, I got to turn this on.
Say it's a setback for women. I think she needs to understand one thing, and that is that what she did was harmful to real victims of domestic violence. And I'm sorry for saying it again. I started the first domestic violence unit in the nation. I have dealt with battered women for 30 years. As soon as she started, it was clear she was not the victim. She was the abuser. And Johnny Depp had lawyers who could take her on. This Camila Vasquez was right on target with her.
Yeah, as soon as she started, you could tell. But why did the press take so long to say that? Like, why didn't she say that when it first started?
Tape recording.
Better late than never,
Johnny,
I guess.
You going to be a baby? You going to tell everybody I didn't hit you hard enough? It was difficult for this man to make a decision to put his whole life on the table, but he had nothing to lose. And when they said to him, "What have you lost as a result of what she did?" he said, "Nothing short of everything." And so she tried to promote herself as being part of the Me Too movement, that here I am, a woman who...
Yeah, that's another thing that keeps getting overlooked, is that she used her story to make herself elevated in that world. She wanted to be like Angelina Jolie. I'm glad she pointed that out. Yeah, she is right on this point, Phil. She is right on this point. I just think there's just nothing courageous about saying it now. You know, there people like Tug and Colonel Kurtz and myself and other people like that in LawTube. We've been saying it a lot longer than that. Andrea Burkhart, you know, she's been following this case since back when the UK case was going on. We've been calling this person a liar for a long time. And it's just annoying to watch mainstream press just now come out about it. Yeah, like now it's safe to come out because the jury decided, but no, it's my opinion that this woman is a liar, and I can say that all day long, and there's no reason why these people couldn't have said it before now. It's good that she's being a truth teller now, but what took her so long? Like, why did you have to wait till after the trial was over?
Who's being abused. And she said, you know, the defense was, we didn't know it was about Johnny Depp. Are you kidding? 2 years earlier, she tried to get a temporary restraining order against him, and it was in all the newspapers. But she was impossible to believe. And I would tell a jury as a judge, if you find that one witness has testified falsely with respect to one fact, you are free to disregard their entire testimony.
Now, I wish that had been in the instructions. That was not in the instructions. Why is that? Because that's actually legal precedent, by the way. If you find one lie, I can't remember, there's a Latin phrase for it, and I'm not going to remember what it is because I didn't go to law school. But if you lie about one thing, you are likely to lie about anything. And so, yes, if you find that one witness has lied, you should disregard their entire testimony. You should. That should have been in the jury instructions. And I would have loved for that. But I mean, it didn't take the jury. They didn't need it. They figured it out. Yeah, one lie, all lies. And look, we caught her in a lie early on. The big lie was that she had donated all that money to the Children's Hospital and the the ACLU. That's what it was, the ACLU. She said she did, but she didn't. She pledged it and never gave it. If you can lie about giving money to sick and dying children, you are not credible on anything else you say. Nothing else you say should ever be taken into consideration. All right, just a reminder, super chats, super stickers are available, and YouTube is screwing with me as usual. And so I'm trying something different. I'm going to try and have these streams monetized in that way with super chats and super stickers so that I can get around YouTube's retarded messing with me. I'm sorry, I shouldn't use that word. But they do it all the time. So I'm tired of it. Anyway, don't forget to check out the merch store because we have plenty of stuff in there as well. T-shirts, mugs, all kinds of things. Make Americans friends again. Isn't happy hour any hour? Time for a mega pint. I'm using my mega pint right now, and it's keeping my fake mimosa cold, my orange juice, and my sparkling caffeinated water, which is delicious. Don't forget Objection Hearsay t-shirts. Those are fun. Make great gifts for any lawyers you know, too. They will get a big kick out of that, I think. My sister loves them. Yeah, I love this mug, too. Oh, my God, the chat. The chat. Oh, I'm laughing at you, chat. Yeah, I do have PayPal, but I have this really embarrassing email attached to it, so I can't show it to you. And now you're all going to want to know what it is. But I've had it since I was like 19. So I don't know how to change it. I've tried, and I can't change it. I have Venmo, though. I think Venmo might not be on the embarrassing email. It's not that bad. Which caffeinated water? Bubbly. It's called Bubbly. Bubly. Well, now you have to say it. No, I don't. I do not. I don't have to tell you. Let's go back to Judge Janine.
This woman lied over and over again, and I feel free to say that
Oh,
on
now
television.
you feel free?
She lied. She was a liar. She was the abuser, and he was the victim. And let me just say one more thing. For him to take on this burden, which is not only proof that he was defamed, that she was talking about him, but that she was malicious. That jury had to really see right through her to say she was malicious. And they found for him 10 million compensatory, 5 million punitive damages. That's to punish you, Amber Heard. For
I'm glad
taking
she
on this.
brought that up. I'm glad she brought up that punitive damages is for punishment. How many punitive damages did Amber Heard get? Zero. Is it Fluffy Boy 2012? No. I will be taking the Fifth Amendment on that embarrassing email. Oh, man. What's a Streamlabs account? I don't know what a Streamlabs account is. What's Streamlabs? What is that? Someone tell me what that is. I don't know what any of this stuff is. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. All right. I have this other article I want to share with you. That's enough, Janine. That's enough, Judge Janine. Lets you have guests. I can have guests here. Oh, it's a platform. It's a platform for streaming, and you can have guests. Well, and it's called Streamlabs. I'll look into it. I use StreamYard. Shoot, I just dropped my pen on the ground. Straightly write it down so I don't forget. Streamlabs. All right. All right. John says Google it. All right, I will. All right, going to the next one. All right. This article by Eddie Kim, we sort of went over, but I didn't read the whole thing the other day. The anti-feminist energy fueling the Johnny Depp misinformation campaign. I really want to ask Eddie Kim if he watched the whole thing too, because I don't think he did. The Depp Heard libel case gave us the most damning indictment of a dangerously toxic content cycle, one that can be weaponized against women to a tremendous effect. After more than 6 weeks, hundreds of hours of questioning and testimony, and breathless commentary from observers, the trial of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is about to conclude. The last 6 weeks has been an unprecedented cultural spectacle featuring an array of memes, punchlines, derision, obsessive analysis, and outright hatred. The vast majority of this content has come at the expense of Heard, who has become the internet's favorite villain for the sin of discussing physical and emotional abuse for the sin of discussing alleged physical and emotional abuse, Eddie. You should say alleged, because it didn't happen to her. A jury decided she is not a victim of any kind of physical or emotional abuse. In a 2018 Washington Post op-ed that specifically did not name Depp. Again, these are the dumbest arguments, the same arguments that her kid. Did David Shane ask Eddie Kim to write this article? Because it sounds like the same excuses that Elaine has been giving on television. But the case is no longer merely about Depp's claim that this op-ed defamed him. All right, let me make it bigger. Let me make it bigger for you. There, you can read it now. Going back. Nor the counterclaim from Heard that Depp, via his legal team, tried to censor her and spread false allegations. It has instead become a litigation of what defines a real abuser in a violent, toxic relationship. And the toughest examination has fallen on Heard, dissecting her words, tone, and body language to conclude that women lie and abuse too. Okay, first of all, Eddie, the body language experts, they did Johnny Depp too. They analyzed all of his body language, and guess what? His body language didn't say he was lying. All of them agreed it was her. So that's why the most scrutiny fell on her, because she was the one lying. It's not that hard. It's not surprising that men's rights advocates, you see, that's like they use that like a swear word. You men out there, you're not allowed to advocate for your rights. Anti-feminist voices and conservative commentators, I guess that's me, frame the trial as a referendum on male victimization and the apparent harms of believing women. Well, yeah. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I take the opportunity to remind you that I wrote a book all about this? Why wouldn't I tell you that there is a reason why we don't believe women? We have to believe evidence. Buy my book on Amazon, Believe Evidence, The Death of Due Process from Salome to #MeToo, where you will read all about all the women who lied to put men in prison and to have them murdered through literature and history. It's right here in this little book, and it's a fun read, and you will enjoy it. It makes a great present for college, especially if you have sons going off to college that need some good advice about how to avoid lying harpies that will destroy them forever. Buy the book. Turna says these right-wingers are all conspiracy theorists. In other news, the vast right-wing conspiracy called patriarchy. Yes, patriarchy. Dead guy says, I have no rights. It does appear that way. What kind of joystick is Megan using? This is a Theracane. Do you not know about this? Do you not know about the Theracane? So this is a thing that gets into like knots in your back. Like if you, I've got my shoulder, I just had a massage this morning. And so there was like a lot of work done in this shoulder, and you can get these little knobby things to go right into the trigger point, and it really helps to release the pain. And it's great. I love it. So you can get in there. You don't need someone to massage it for you. You can just like release those trigger points. So I use it when I'm sitting at my desk and my neck hurts. Where am I from? I am, Wisconsin Dells is by you, Warrior. I love the Dells. My in-laws live over there, so we go there quite a bit. And I'm in New York, though. That's where I am, is New York. But the Dells is a place that we still visit because my in-laws live very close to there. And so we go there to visit them. And then we always end up at Noah's Ark because I love Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark is a great water park. I think it's the biggest in the United States. If you guys have a chance to go to Noah's Ark Water Park in the Wisconsin Dells, it's great. Also, you should always take the speedboat tour. That is so much fun. So much fun. And you get really wet. So go on a day when it's hot. Don't go when it's cold or you'll be miserable. All right. What was I doing? I was reading. I need to go back to this. Okay, here we go. We're reading Eddie Kim's defamatory article about me. All right, maybe it's not defamatory, but it's still it's shitty. It's shitty. We'll put it that way. But that cynical context has been overtaken and laundered clean by a mainstream content machine that has encouraged every social media creative on the planet to try and make entertainment and a buck out of the conflict itself. They're also upset about us making money on this. So just to piss off Eddie Kim, send your super chats now. I'm gonna send the super chats now, and I will send a copy of this video to Eddie Kim just to piss him off. Send the super chats in now. And super stickers. I'm making money off of the trial, you guys. I'm a bad person, I guess. It's fine when the Washington Post does it. It's fine when Fox News does it. It's fine when anyone else in the mainstream press does it. But if YouTubers do it and independent journalists, well, we're terrible people. So send in those super chats. Let's show Eddie Kim what we think about that. What we think about his stupid opinions. You can find endless videos of commentators laughing at clips of Heard's graphic testimony, calling it the worst performance of her career. Show me the lie, Eddie. Show me the lie. Financial consultant says making money as if big pharma ads on TV are not super profitable. Yeah, Eddie was exposed by Rekieta Law. He mentions Rekieta and me in this article, which is great. Eddie Kim, thank you so much for putting me on the same level as Nick Rekieta. Can I just say that putting me in the same article and blaming me and Nick Rekieta for the same thing just elevates me to a level that I couldn't do by myself. Thank you so much. I know I need to read my book and put it on audiobook. You're right. I do. T. Roy says, Megan, you make hosting a YouTube channel look so easy, but I know it takes a lot of work and time, and you have to have a personality for it, which you do. Thank you so much. Well, I took my the thing that annoyed my parents the most, which is that I never stopped talking, and turned it into sort of a career. So that's something. My dad is not surprised at all. He knows that I can talk and talk and talk and talk and never get tired of it. And my parents make fun of me for it all the time. And I think it's hilarious. All right. Debbie O sends a super chat for 20. Thank you. How dare you try to make money through reporting? How dare I? Honestly, it's disgusting. All right. I know. Rekieta stream's going to be really good. It's going to be tomorrow night at midnight. Don't miss it. We're going to read David Grabash Shane's letter and tear it apart. It's going to be fun. And because the stream is so late and I have guests and I'm going to have to set up in my husband's office, it's going to be hilarious, the basement office. So tune in for that because God knows what that'll look like. It'll be funny. And there could be mice down there. If I get up in the middle of it screaming, you'll know why. All right, let's see. There are compilations, says Eddie Kim, on YouTube and TikTok dissecting her most emotional, fragile seeming moments. Now that was an interesting word choice. Fragile seeming, yet it only seemed that way because it was not true. It's a lie. She wasn't emotional. She's not fragile. No, she's an abuser, Eddie. Not a single tear. My mom just broke in. Not a single tear. Online forums popular with young men are rife with misogynistic insults about her and women like her. Misogynistic insults? Are you saying we can't be misogynistic about a woman who lied to destroy someone's life? If there was ever a time to be misogynistic, isn't that it? If you're going to tell woman jokes, shouldn't it be about someone who's literally an abuser? Isn't that like the best time to tell misogynistic jokes? Why is my nose so shiny? Why is my face shiny? What is happening? I don't know why I'm so shiny. It's bizarre. All right, let's see. Touchdown on paper, unbreaded. All right, let's see. I gotta stop looking at your comments. It keeps distracting me. All right. I have to start ignoring you. And broader trends highlight how the discourse is stacked too. The hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp has nearly 10 billion views on TikTok, while hashtags in support of Heard have less than 40 million. And I bet most of those are making fun of the hashtag. How dare you start a hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp? How dare you? Is what Eddie is saying. What is happening? Stuff is just falling down. My office is a mess. I really need to clean this place. After 6 weeks, what we're left with is a trial that can no longer tell us anything useful about the nuances of partner violence or why victims can feel compelled to stay in a relationship despite feeling such intense hatred for the other. There is nothing to glean about how an ugly lawsuit can sharpen that hatred or how it re-traumatizes people who struggled to process what happened in the first place. When I'm reading this, all I'm hearing is it being hard on Johnny. Like, you know, the victim of the partner violence, the one who couldn't leave, who felt compelled to stay. That's Johnny, you moron. And the legal matter of libel has taken a back seat, to say the least. No, it didn't. All right, this is where it gets bizarre and stupid. Instead, what we have is the clearest, most damning indictment of a content cycle that has grown dangerously toxic over the last decade. Anything that goes viral can be weaponized to craft a disingenuous and wide-reaching social campaign that leverages earnest support to gain power. And it's this factor that makes the Depp Heard trial feel eerily similar to digital campaigns around Gamergate, QAnon, and the unhinged Disney groomer conspiracy. Oh, hold on a minute, Eddie. Hold on. Disney does have a groomer conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. It's actually a problem, a groomer problem. Do you not know? Does he not know about the groomer problem at Walt Disney World? Did he not see the leaked Zoom video of them saying that they were going? Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Disney groomers. Of them saying that they were pushing transgender ideology and gender cult theology into children's programming. Did he not see that? Because we saw the Zoom call. Hold on, I wrote about it. I have to pull it up now because this is gaslighting right here. This is how they do it. They say that this thing never happened. They're saying that this never happened now, but it totally did happen. So hold on. I'm going to find it because I wrote about this. Talk amongst yourselves while I find it. Dun, dun, dun. Here's one about Disney corporate insurance paying for trans surgeries and hormones for employees and their kids. That I wrote about, but I know it's before that. Dump the mouse. Okay, groomers. There it is. All right. So let me prove to you how these people in the press lie to you. Here it is. Let's see what you think this is, because this I think is really, really freaking weird. I think it's super weird. Oh, look, it's my own video.
Because they started referring.
We're going to hear myself.
To the 50s, to the Johns Committee, where the legislature was actively put together a task force whose whole job was to root out civil rights workers and any homosexuals in the university system. They destroyed.
That is not what's happening.
Hold on. There's so much of this garbage.
Like, oh, they won't let you show this at a Disney show. And I'm like, okay. So I was a little sus when I started. But then.
What is the education level of these people that they hire? This one uses the word like way too much. And sus in a professional meeting for Disney? Come on.
My experience was bafflingly the opposite of what I had heard on my little pocket of Proud Family Disney TVA. The showrunners were super welcoming. Meredith Roberts and our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. And so
my not at all secret gay agenda. And she goes on to talk about how they're putting it in children's cartoons against the wishes, by the way, of parents who are like, okay, all of this stuff is too much for our little kids. Like, can we just let kids be kids? Here's another one.
And one pansexual child.
Oh, wait, I have to back that up.
That's what you are.
You have to hear this.
That's what you are.
This is a Disney leaked video from Disney, by the way.
Because there's more. Now, this is that same Disney Zoom meeting. Here we go.
I'm here as a mother of two queer children, actually. One transgender child. And one pansexual child.
How do you have a pansexual child, by the way? Isn't there something wrong with that if you have a child that you are describing as pansexual? How do you know? How do you know this?
How does that happen?
I'm arguing with myself.
Two children in your family out of I'm speechless.
And also as a leader. And that was the thing that really got me, because I have heard so much from so many of my colleagues over the course of the last couple of weeks, in open forums and through emails and phone conversations.
So this person, I don't know if she's medicalized her child, her transgender child. I would bet she probably has, because all the therapy says you must. allow them to get on testosterone. You must, or estrogen. You must allow them to get their boobs cut off. You must allow all of this stuff. And so what I see when I see this woman arguing for this, I see someone who's trying to convince herself that she did the right thing.
Yeah, that's pretty true. So anyway, this goes on and on. If you guys want to watch this video, I will put this article in the link I will link it in the chat right now for you to go and watch. But yes, this is happening at Disney. So when we call them Disney groomers, it's not a conspiracy. It's literally happening. It's literally happening. Yeah, children are not straight or gay. They are children. Yeah, it is. Yeah, no such thing. It's child abuse. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being normal in the chat. I appreciate you. So pretending that Disney is not grooming kids, that they are not grooming our kids on purpose and putting stuff into their movies that is grooming behavior, grooming them into a rainbow cult in opposition to their parents and what their parents might want for them. It's not a conspiracy. It's literally happening. So when someone like Eddie Kim tries to gaslight you and calls it a conspiracy, the Disney groomer conspiracy, you need to tell him, sit down, because that's not true. All right. Amid all this pro-Depp campaigning, let me make it bigger for you so you can see it. It's almost as if everybody forgot that in the actor's UK libel case against a tabloid that deemed him a wife beater, the British High Court found the majority of Heard's assertions to be substantially true. Yeah, and it was in a system that is totally cucked and has terrible laws and a poor standard of evidence. And the judge was obviously biased, which is what I'm learning from Black Belt Barrister, which you guys should go and watch. All right. The ecosystem consists of everyone from random criminal defense lawyers. Who's he calling a random criminal defense lawyer? I wonder who he's calling a random. Here, hold on. I have to click on it and tell you. Oh, he's calling DUI. He linked DUI guy. DUI guy. And called him a random criminal defense lawyer to World of Warcraft players. Who's that? He linked. Who did he link? Oh, Luke Winky. Or Cal. Who is this? Oh yeah, the long-haired guy. I forget what his name was. Failed singer-songwriters. Who's that? Who's a failed singer-songwriter? Oh, it just links to some article on Vice. I don't understand what that means. Anti-woke nerd culture fans. Who's that? Who's the anti-woke nerd culture fan? Loading. Taking forever. Oh, that umbrella guy. He's and a literal 15-year-old who told Vice that he pivoted to making Depp trial content because Depp is innocent. Well, he is. And Heard is a turd. Researchers have even found an army of bots are spreading pro-Depp talking points. Perhaps more concerning is the appeal of the trial to right-wing ideologues and how easily anti-Heard talking points work with anti-woke and conservative talking points about the culture war. Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire has spent nearly $50,000 promoting anti-Heard ads on Instagram and Facebook. Okay, the Daily Wire has the right to spend any amount of promotion on anything they want. Why wouldn't they promote their content on the Depp trial when it was getting so much attention? If I had the budget, I would promote this content. I would absolutely would. How come the Daily Wire is not allowed to promote their content without being criticized, but MSNBC can buy ads and promote their content, like Rachel Maddow and her show? What is the difference? There's no difference. Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire has an audience. That audience likes to see their content. That content has to be put out there somewhere, somehow, for people to see it. I hate it when people do this. Like, it's fine for one side to do all these things they're talking about, but not the other. Like hyenas and vultures descending on a sun-ripened carcass, these forces have come together to feed on toxic trial gossip, acting like their analysis is in the public service when it's really just a lot of noisy agitation. Okay. Eddie Kim. Who's he to say that I'm just noisy agitation? Like, that's your opinion, man. Well, that's like your opinion. And you can have it. But I like what we're doing here. And I think the audience likes what we're doing here. And I'm not having it. All right. They forgot to mention that Nick is a former cheerleader. I just learned that today, by the way. And that is so cool. And he married his flyer. How cool is that? Hey, young guys out there, when you go to college, you should join if you want to learn how to meet chicks, join the cheerleading team. Get strong enough to throw the girls around. That's a great way to meet girls. And it's a super cool thing to do. I can't believe he was a cheerleader. It's so funny. Asmongold. Yes, thank you. That was who I was trying to, the long hair guy. That's who I was trying to remember. Okay, moving on, because here's where he talks about Nick and me. One example is Minnesota lawyer Nick Rekieta, who has 460,000 followers on YouTube and has gained major traffic in the last year via his commentary around the Kyle Rittenhouse trial in November. Yeah, because his commentary was the best. It was the best. The absolute best on Rittenhouse and the ongoing Depp trial. Despite being a knowledgeable attorney who drops real insights into legal standards, protocols, and trial missteps, Rekieta's analysis is rife with anti-Heard bluster. She wanted to defame Johnny Depp. That's, of course, the rub. That's the main inference that everyone should draw, he declares on a May 28th live stream. Elsewhere, he platforms an article from the right-wing disinformation rag PJ Media as the most important and most correct reporting about the trial. He misquoted him here, by the way. Nick was talking about my article about cameras in the courtroom, and he said it was the most important and most correct reporting on broadcasting trials. So that's different than the most important and most correct reporting on the trial, although I would argue that I have had the most important and the most correct reporting on the whole trial. But that isn't what Nick said. That isn't what he said. And you can go to the tweet and see it because he tweeted it out. And he said this is the most correct and most important reporting on broadcasting in the courtroom, or something to that extent. So notice that Eddie Kim does not include any proof here that PJ Media is a right-wing disinformation rag at all. Nothing is linked. He didn't even link my article so people could go and find out for themselves if it was important and correct. And he says, one analytical highlight from the piece: the media is determined to help Heard look as victim-y as possible. Yeah, well, they are. What's wrong with that? I did make up that word victim-y, but I thought it worked. I thought it was funny. LawTube report. Thank you for this super chat. He says, you are quickly becoming my favorite LawTuber. Keep at it. You'll be at 500,000 subscribers before you know it. You know, listen, I'm not part of LawTube. I reject LawTube. I reject being a part of LawTube, although I love LawTube and I love watching it. I'm not a lawyer, but I do. I'm scared to get involved in any communities because communities have drama, but thank you, LawTube Report, for that. And I like to avoid the drama if I can, but I do enjoy LawTube very much. I enjoy many of our LawTube favorites, but I'm not a LawTuber. I'm a LawTube groupie, more like. I'm like a lawyer groupie. Because I'm a journalist, I don't really have, I can't really fit into that category, but I will say that, and I don't have a law degree, but I will say this. Much of my reporting centers around court reporting and reporting on different trials. And so I do have a good knowledge base in the law, although it's not as good as my sister's, who's the attorney I call on my channel to clarify things for me, or attorney Sean Kohlmeyer from Washington State. And I definitely, if I had to go back and do life over again, I would have gone to law school. I would have become a lawyer, but I dropped out of college. So that's a no-go for me, because I'm never going to go back and get a bachelor's degree first and then go to law school. I think if I'd already had my bachelor's, I would definitely later in life go to law school, because I've wanted to be able to practice. And I get so upset with the family court victims that I talk to that I want to be the lawyer for them. Like, I want to take them to court and do it the right way, the way that I would do it. But I can't, because I made other choices. And dropping out of college was probably one of the poorer choices that I made. Not because it affected my career in any way, because I don't think it did. But as a matter of finishing what you start, I'm a believer in that, although I find it very hard to do. I did not stay in college. I did poorly until I went on my own for a few years, and then I studied journalism, and I did well, and I was doing so well that I was like, well, I don't need this anymore. And I left and got a job. And that's one way to save money on college. Just don't go. Okay. I'm looking at I want to get caught up on your comments because I've missed a bunch of them. All right, let's have a music break while I catch up on your comments. Do you want to hear Camille, or do you want to hear Objection Hearsay? Which one do you want to hear? I want to get caught up on your comments so I have some to respond to. Matt says, you are literally better off for dropping out of college. Yeah, probably. Probably. You know what I should play? I should play that song by the Kiffness. Let's find that, because that was so funny. Hold on. Remember the Irish jig? Irish jig was so funny. Hold on. The Kiffness. Johnny Depp. Let's see if we can find it. Yes! I found it. Here we go. Let's play the Kiffness. I can't play I Didn't Punch You, I Hate You, because it gets me a copyright. Stop screen, share screen. I didn't punch you, I hit you. I'm the girl from Aquaman. Didn't punch you, I hit you. Now can I cut a finger from your hand? Whoops, get that bigger. Bigger.
The stand.
There once was a girl who made a turd on the bed.
Objection hearsay. Objection overruled. Mr. Sparrow, please continue.
There once was a girl who made a turd on the bed, and her name was Amber Heard. She made stuff up to bring Johnny down, so off to court they go. Soon may the verdict come that Amber's lying out her bum. We'll drink a mega pints of rum when Johnny's free to go. If it wasn't enough to soil the bed, she cut off his finger and bashed his head on the door, and yet she still said she couldn't hurt him so. Soon may the verdict come that Amber's lying out her bum. We'll drink a mega pints of rum when Johnny's free to go. Objection, hearsay all day long. Amber's lawyers can find no wrong. Johnny hits the drink and a massive bong, but did he hit her though? No! Soon may the verdict come that Amber's lying out her bum. We'll drink a mega pints of rum when Johnny's free to go. Amber, in a desperate plea, told a very sad story of how her dog stepped on a bee.
My dog stepped on a bee?
Objection hearsay.
Soon may the verdict come that Amber's lying out her bum. We'll drink a mega pints of rum when Johnny's free to go. Lie, lie, la, 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 lie, 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 la, 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 lie. The moral of this weird story is don't marry a celebrity. I think that we can all agree it's a literal show. I know that it might not make sense, but it shows domestic violence is not an exclusive offense committed just by blokes. So soon may the verdict come that Amber's lying out her bum. We'll drink a mega pints of rum when Johnny's free to go. So who did lose and who did win? The jury's verdict has come in. To no surprise, it has always been the lawyers making dough. So now that the verdict's come, I think we all knew from day one that Amber lied straight out her bum, but Johnny's free to go. And the lawyers made their dough, and Amber put on quite the show.
So funny. So funny. So I'm going to put the link to that in the chat so you guys can go give him some love, because that is hilarious. All right, now I'm going to catch up on your comments. That's what I was doing while that was playing. See, this is what commercial breaks are good for. If you have commercials to play. All right. Yes. Foxy Fox says DUI guy had a hilarious thing happen last night where a woman faked that she knew Amber Heard. I watched that. Oh, so terrible. So embarrassing. You know, you get punked sometimes. It's tough when you're reporting and trying to be the first on a story. It's tough. You get punked sometimes, and it happens to everybody. So don't worry, Larry. You're doing a good job. Keep it up. I mean, he was onto her really quickly. But yeah, you could tell that it was a put on. But you know, I don't think it's any skin off his back. It happens to even CNN. So don't worry about it. Happy Joy says, I think objection hearsay should be a ringtone. Yeah, we'll see if Gadfly can get working on that. Suzanne says, Megan, I was this close to a PhD, so I can relate. Yeah, I wasn't that close to a bachelor's degree, but you know, I sometimes have my regrets. And the only regret I have is that I can't go to law school, because that's what I would really like to do. But I always thought that college was a waste of time, because you get there and they want you to take all the stuff you already took in high school. Like, what is with general studies? Why do I need to take these things again? I literally just took all of them. Like, I can write, I know how to do English, I know how to do literature, I know how to, why do I have to take biology if I'm never going to be a biologist? Like, I don't understand why you need to do general studies in college. That should be the time where you focus your interest. If I had been allowed to focus my interest into what I wanted to do, I would have absolutely graduated. But I had to get through all those general studies things, and I was like, no, thank you. I don't want to. I already did this in high school. It felt like a repeat of high school. T-Rope says, I wish I would have went to college for the parties. Well, to tell you the truth, that's what I did while I was at college. It was a nonstop party. It was a lot of fun, and that's why I dropped out, because I wasn't going to that biology class, and I wasn't going to the psychology class that I wasn't interested in, because I'd already taken it in high school. Sir John Tripp says, LawTube is a real channel that none of them are connected to. Yeah, I'd never seen that before. I need to check it out. It's fun that they're watching. Okay. Sam says, we don't need no stinking badges. Durno says, I suspect that the recent LawTube drama has been intentionally provoked by outside agitators. I definitely think that that's the case. But I don't want anything to do with drama on YouTube with anybody else. I love everyone, and let's just keep it that way. Even LawTubers reject LawTube. Whenever you have a community of people together, and someone has to then start policing the community, nobody wants that job. I Am the Princess says, confession through projection. Since he didn't post a link to your article, that means he's writing for a rag. That is a very good point. He should have linked the article that he was quoting from. In fact, I may have to contact his editor to point out that massive flaw. How dare he quote from my article and not link it? Not fair. Sir Don Tripp says, I love shanties. Me too. See, shanties are great. Financial consultant says, you should do your own song and post it. Well, I don't write songs, unfortunately. I can sing them, but I don't write them. The fandom minimalist says, you don't have to go to college to see a liar for what they are. Right, which is why we also don't need body language experts to tell us that that bitch is lying. It's obviously clear. All right. So, You need biology in case someone asks you what a woman is. I knew that was coming. As soon as I said biology, I knew someone was going to say that. I knew it. You guys are so funny. No one is learning anything in school these days. It's scary. I know. Derna says college is a waste of time. If you get all the way through it, you didn't pass the test. Well, then I guess I passed because I didn't get all the way through it. I went to several colleges. Arizona State was the most fun. Okay. All right, I got to wrap it up here because I got to go make myself something to eat. I am hungry. I have missed my lunch, and I also need to go write things. I did not mean to be here for 2 hours today, but I think that this is a better idea when I have an idea for a video, instead of making it and uploading it to YouTube and letting YouTube just demonetize me. I think I should just open it up to a live stream and let you guys support me if you feel like it. And if you feel like supporting the channel and the video and you like what I am, what I'm putting out there, then send a super chat, send a super sticker, visit the merch store. I'm going to drop the merch store link in the chat right now. Again, for you guys, in case you want to go pick up a mug or a mega pint or a t-shirt, or personally, I think the travel mug is one of the best things in there. It keeps your hot drinks hot and your cold drinks cold. I can drink beer out of this. I can drink my orange juice. It keeps it very cold, or coffee in the morning. So it's great. Absolutely great. All right, guys. I will be back again soon. I don't know when, but you can rest assured that I will be back and we will do this again. You guys are awesome. And as usual, on the way out, I'm going to play your favorite song. And Gadfly's not here to complain. And don't forget to check out Gadfly's channel and go over there and subscribe and like all of his videos if you haven't already done so. He's supposed to be coming out with new ones soon, and I don't know when that's happening. Good afternoon, everybody. Take care. And don't forget to visit me on pjmedia.com. Clickety-click, clickety-click on everything that I write. Helps me out a great deal. All right, everybody. Night.
Saw an angel dressed in white in Fairfax, Virginia, and she had to fight a serpent in her sides that was spewing lies. But don't look in his eyes. I know that this is the end. When all the money ran out, so did all the friends. And right now, you're lying on the stand, legend. The same, you understand. Come here, brighten up the room wherever you go. The sunlight will make you glow. Cut the liars, come back home. For real, what girl you give me, you just don't know. Come here, if I had to guess, you might be one of the best. Come here. Sleepless nights, insomnia, getting killed by all the deposition that's boring you. If you wanna be alright, well think about what a crazy life can make it up. I know you're all I require. You put the demon flame out while we get gaslit fire. Hope you never retire, 'cause I'll be fine. You're all that I need. Come here, brighten up the room wherever you go. The sunlight will make you glow. Cut the liars, come back home. For real, what girl you give me, you just don't know. Come here, if I had to guess, you might be one of the best. Come here, brighten up the room wherever you go. The sunlight will make you glow. Cut the liars, come back home.